Hi everyone, this is Men's here. I'm doing a little overview slash guide of the T110E3. To find a full guide as well as a complete armor value with even effective armor values on it, you can go to my website wotguru.com. Now the E3, I'm just going to do a little overview of the armor, but that full guide is available on the website. The main points of its armor are around the gun. These sections are strong, although if they hit the flat portions, premium shells can go through them at times. And the beak and upper glacis are very strong as well. Your main weak spots are the lower glacis, but primarily, if you kind of look here, where these clips are, there's little holes of the armor right here that are very thin, and while the very bottom section is a little bit hard to hit, you primarily just aim for the clips or a little bit inside them towards the center of the tank. When you look at the top though, it's really hard to shoot down onto the roof, so that's not really a weak spot, but the top turret here is fairly strong. You can get lucky at times and penetrate it, but overall I wouldn't aim for it. But if you are close, you don't want to hit these viewports, but you can hit this little flat strip here. That is a weak spot. Just don't hit that piece of the armor, but you want to hit that flat little strip. Aside from that, its mobility, while it is 24 for the speed limit, it's a lot better than 13 that the T95 has. So while it's not fast, it's not as slow as the tank that came before it, which is definitely a plus. It's just fast enough to where it can get to where it needs to be in most situations. Now, other than that, its mobility, it's just one speed. You're not going to notice much of a change going up a hill or down a hill. It's just one consistent speed, which it's not bad, but it could be a little bit quicker per se, but that low top speed does gimp it a bit. And turning wise, for the whole traverse, it is high enough to where you only really have to worry about really fast mediums flanking you, and it's not like the T95 where heavy tanks can flank you very easily. Firepower wise, while its gun has been changed recently to drop the average damage down, the rate of fire did get a boost, so overall it has very good firepower. It doesn't have the best of tier 10 for tank destroyers, but with the great frontal armor, you can easily turn this from a tank that a lot of people think is just built around armor to something that has a very deadly gun, since you're just dishing out damage and not many people can go through your frontal armor, especially at range and if you're hiding the lower glacis. But with 750 average damage and a 3.5 rate of fire for the base values, you really can output tons of damage while soaking up a ton. Now the overall accuracy at 0.36, while it's not bad, it's low enough to where you will miss quite a few shots at long range, especially at moving or heavily armored or small tanks. And the aiming time at 2.5 is enough to where you don't notice it at all. Equipment wise, as you see here, I do a rammer, coated optics, and ventilation. The rammer and the vents are to boost that value for the gun up a bit, which is very important at tier 10. And coated optics just makes that 400 view range just that much better. I don't put a spall liner on. Some people do, only because a lot of people throw HE at you, especially E100s and FVs at long range, and even Arty kind of focuses on you, but I really don't use it because I'd rather have the added view range. And never put a camo net on the E3. It's not meant to sit back and snipe. You're meant to use this armor and basically assault people, and they can't really do much about it. Now, ammo-wise, you do have quite a bit of ammo you can carry. I just stick with AP most of the time. The only reason I carry 6 APCR is if a tank like E100 does try to face hug you and they just plop the front of their tank into you, your AP does struggle a little bit only because you're lower than E100. You can't hit his lower glacis and you can't really hit his turret that well since the angle on it increases. So I carry APCR almost always just for E100s because they like to just run right into you. Because not all, but a lot of drivers know that your AP shells, they're immune from them for the most part. And then I carry 2 HE just to deal with the waffle E100s. I like to just hit them in the turret with those to do a lot of damage. So, starting off, I'm gonna hop into battle here. Hopefully I get a decent match and map here. While the E3 isn't bad at most maps, it does kind of show itself when it's on a map where there's a lot of arty and not a lot of cover, since you are slow enough to where most arty can hit you the majority of the time. Okay, with no arty here, I'm just gonna do the 1-2 line. I know I'm gonna most likely be shot quite a lot over there, but without arty I can kind of straddle the 2 line, the little hill there, and hopefully hide quite a bit of my lower glacis there. Now, ideally you would get up in A1 and just sit on a little hill, fire away at them, just show the top half of your tank, but I'm not looking to sit back. I'm going to let the mediums sit behind me, and I'm going to push up ahead of them and take the brunt of the damage. As you see here with the rammer, vents, and brothers in arms, your reload is just over 14 seconds, which is pretty amazing for a tank that does have this armor. It is primarily balanced around the weak armor on the sides, rear, top, and its speed, but with this frontal armor and the firepower it gets, if you can mask those weaknesses, it's a truly awesome tank. I have no idea why that E75 is going to this location. It's not exactly a tank you want to show its side armor, especially flat to a bunch of enemies. So I definitely need to put myself out here in the front and start taking some damage to get the heat off of those guys in the corner. And there's this tank spotting us here. I'm just gonna take that first shot and hopefully somebody kills him. It doesn't seem like anybody killed him. But let's see if I can't hit the C75 since he's not angled. I'm staying far enough back to where they don't get the idea that they can push into me and flank me. I definitely don't want that. And I don't want to get too close to where they can hit my weak spots easily. Come on, just stay right there. That IS-7 is the perfect area for me to do a lot of damage at him. Yeah, I'm surprised that more people aren't shooting at me, but it just means that there's quite a few smart people there. Definitely going to start aiming at this FV once my track gets repaired, because he can put a hurting on me.
Let's roll! We've lost the track. Get going! Penetration!
If he penetrates me in the lower glacis, I'm in trouble, but hopefully I can finish him off with one more shot here, and we should be in a decent spot for me to be able to push up and start tearing into him.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Yeah, I need to see this E75. I still can't spot him. Hopefully I'm able to light him up soon, right after I deal with this IS-7. But I need to get him out so I can push further up. But I am going to start pulling back since we are being flanked just a little bit. I don't want them getting behind me.
Vehicle destroyed.
But I'm just gonna, I know I'm gonna take a shot from the ST1 here, but I need to get into the fight on this side before I'm left here alone and they can just easily take me out. Kinda hoping that somebody else can take out that M103. I know it's not going to be an easy task for them, but it's something that needs to be done. But I'm just gonna, I just need to keep pushing on because I'm just gonna be the only tank left soon, which is not exactly a good thing when you have this speed.
Vehicle destroyed.
Let's see if I can get a shot off on him. This is not exactly ideal, but it's what I have to work with.
Engine is damaged. Bail out. This vehicle is haddock.
No way I could have won that. My team just folded around me, but tried. Overall, definitely a good match to show off the E3, but in the end, even though I did almost 8,000 damage, the enemy team definitely worked a lot better, and with them flanking behind me, they basically chewed apart my team, and after that there wasn't enough help and time for me to actually do enough damage to get it manageable. But as you see here, just under 7,000 damage I receive, which after you take off the hit points, it's still pretty impressive value with 5,000 that my armor actually kind of saved me from. And as you see, I didn't really shoot many enemies from far range, so you can hit almost all your shots since you are moving slow, and if people are close enough you're not going to miss anything, and with your penetration you're definitely going to chew right through them. But in the end, you can't exactly do everything, and our team really messed up in the beginning with that many people going into that corner and taking all that damage. We couldn't really recover from that. But overall, pretty decent match. Didn't really last long, but definitely put up a fight, and I did get courageous resistance. So let's hop into another battle here and see if I can't get a different map. Now a map like this, Windstorm, Windstorm, I know somebody with the name Windstorm, but the E3 does play pretty well in a city setting. I don't really want to go up into the north since there are more areas for people to flank me. But one thing in the city you have to worry about is, since you have buildings and corners, you definitely don't want people having a route to get behind you, since once they're behind you, you're pretty much screwed. But going around a corner for an E3, you never want to show your side armor. So if you're going around a corner and turning left, say the enemy sees this, you want to take it straighter per se, so your frontal armor is pointing at them, since you never want to show your side armor whatsoever. But for this map, I'll see how many people go to the very bottom part. If not, I'm gonna go to the. If they do go there, I'm gonna go to the middle. But it looks like there's enough people going to the very south. But for this map, I usually like to attack through the G line. Sometimes I'll go through H, but G generally has a little bit less protection for coming from this side. The other side, I usually let the enemy push into me, only because I sit in spots to where I can shoot them before they get over the bridges. But anyway, for this tank, you can see that the speed is hindering it a little bit, since there's this huge clump of people already set up in front of me. But I'm gonna hopefully attack with them, and hopefully we don't lose the north before we actually make it through. But with this many people down there, I don't know why they're just sitting and waiting. Sitting and waiting definitely is not good when you have this many people committed to one section. And I'm just gonna... I was already turning left because I kind of expected somebody to be there. I didn't want my side armor facing him. But I'm just gonna keep an eye on those tanks in the north. Yeah, come on, dude. You've really just had to pull the fuck in front of me. Come here, little tank. Come out one more time. I usually don't go this route, but we have way too many people in the south that I'm just gonna go this different way, and hopefully I get a different angle on some people. Really? I could have shot him, but I gave up a little too early. With this TD coming behind me there, I'm unfortunately going to have to turn around. I probably should have turned around a little bit to begin with, but that's my fault. And thank you for saving me, since I had my side armor showing. And this guy's starting to be annoying.
One of our tracks is damaged.
But unfortunately, compared to the last battle, I picked a good spot to be in the last battle. But this one I've definitely screwed up. I should have went to the north or just continued pushing in the south, since I haven't really done anything in this match yet. Hello. And god damn it, I tracked him. Hopefully he does not have, and he does have a repair kit. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see. It's like I really hate just chasing a little tank here. I'm just going to have to let him go. There's no way I can get him with his speed. That IS-3 is not in my sights either. Kind of feel pretty useless so far. I haven't really done anything other than get shot at a couple times. But it's one thing, you really want to see where you're needed, and I saw that I wouldn't be particularly needed where I went, but I ignored that, and I definitely owe it to my team for how well they did so far. Typically, you want to let people run into your shots. You never want to catch up, only because you can pre-aim at them and they just walk right into it. Let's see if I can't hit his lower glacius. It's going to be hard, but The accuracy is just good enough to where I can. Kind of wondering where their other... Okay, there they are. I was about to say, where the hell are their other two tanks if they're not over here and not in the city? But overall, at least this match shows a little bit of the downside of the mobility if you pick the wrong spots, but it's still not a good game, but a good game overall from our team. But I definitely didn't really help us, and I did not pull my weight whatsoever. Yeah, nice save, team. I tried to get back, but I definitely dilly-daddled in the middle a little bit. Hopefully I can hit this guy if he stays in the open. No, just stay right there. Just need a little bit more damage so I don't look completely pitiful. Thank you. Aw, he had a fire extinguisher. But no, I never let people get Top Gun just for the hell of it. It's not Top Gun if you just give it to people. But overall, somehow I got Confederate. I don't know how, and somehow I did the second most damage in the match, which I'm pretty surprised at, but the E3 is a kind of surprising tank. As you see, even though I didn't really do much, still soaked up 4,500 damage, which is nothing to scoff at either. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com, where you can find tips, guides, and for this video you can find a full armor guide on the E3 and a tank guide as well. Thanks for watching.